This video describes the features of the accounting home screen, which I'll pull onto the screen now. It features something different than the other screens in that it has a table of the current status, financial status. Basically, it shows you the year-to-date for the revenue, including all invoices paid and unpaid, expenses for overseas staff, local staff, and operational expenses. These numbers that I have in here are just placeholders based on the testing we've been doing, and we use this button to update the figures in this table. Last time was Saturday, July 22nd at 1:31. The top row, of course, is the most active, and we have an accounting report, which opens up a report so that the staff can prepare a report on the accounting situation, and it repeats that same table from the front of the accounting master page. Okay, the contracts are here so that the accounting staff can refer to the contracts, and in case there's a conflict, there's a question or something, it's not their job to deal with the contracts, but they will need some information from them: start date, end dates, amounts, and so on. And that's what this is for. The expenses are expenses that the company produces in order to make revenue. Each operational expense, for example, rent or purchases and so on, should be entered into one of these statements, and we see a list of them. They're listed in numerical order, and we can create a new one, and they have a form as such as this so that we can keep track of all of that information. The employee expenses are the expense sheets submitted by employees and the status whether they're paid or unpaid, and the dates that are paid and unpaid. Also, we can hit a plus to create a new one, and this opens up one to show you the exact example of how it works. This takes you back to the list and back to the back to the home screen here. Okay. The statement of the statements for the students, and payroll foreign is listing the payroll. We have by the month payroll for the foreign staff. This is by month, April and November, and who it is and their totals and so on. And to see the payroll for that person, we click here and it brings up the payroll. I'll have another video to go through the details of this payroll, but this is how we present the payroll information. Okay. Sorry, I got on the wrong way here. And back. And the payroll local is done differently simply because of different currencies. The payroll foreign is often done in U.S. dollars, and the local is done in local currency. And it's the same format. It's a list of every payroll sheet, and you can open it and it gives you this very similar situation. Right? On this line, we have some additional information. For example, these are the accounting documents. So every time you produce a PDF in the accounting system, it is reported on this sheet as well. So you can quickly access it, and you can open it with this PDF. We'll open and show you exactly what it has. All right. The statement for all students brings out each student in the system and their invoices, so you can see what the status is of each student. For example, we have a whole series of unpaid amounts and so on. These are again just test numbers that we've been using. And the leave is again a listing of the leaves taken, because the accounting people need to know the time off that the staff have taken or requested, so they can make sure it matches the payroll. Suppliers is an access to the supplier database. A supplier is any vendor or company or consultant who supplies services to the school. And so we have the names of the school, and we can provide them more details here. We show it's a detail list here. We can go back to the, and this is the plus, gives you to add a new supplier. And lastly is the work orders. It's the same format. From what we understand, nothing seems to ever get done unless there's a work order. So if there's a broken desk, a broken chair, a cracked window, computer mouse that doesn't work, a mouse that doesn't start, anything, dirt on the walls or broken something, a tap doesn't work, we need to create a work order for the staff so that it can be generated. And as you can see, we can pull them up, and this is a typical work order for what we're this way we can get things done.